So we're going to get started right away with our first speaker, who is a friend of mine, and will be hopefully the opportunity will be arising for me to be doing a whole lot more work with him. His name is Mr. Keyshawn S. Scott, and I'd just like to read a little bit from his bio for you right now. Aspiring author, community activist, award winner of the International Men's Day Award, special to my heart since that's the event that I put on, youth empowerment speaker, fashion designer, as you will obviously see when he steps up here, entrepreneur, and a very positive individual with goals of changing lives. Keyshawn is the executive director of Be Positive Campaign, Inc., and the Be Positive Campaign is a not-for-profit youth empowerment organization established to empower the lives of youth through education, leadership, and the arts. Also, while exposing them to positive role models, and you know we need our youth to have positive role models, right? Yeah, absolutely. And that is diverse career opportunities and access to better programs. He also is in charge of founded the One More Educated Black Man Summit, which is an educational mentoring organization with the mission of mentoring young African American men through the law of manhood while promoting a positive image in the African American male community. How much better can it get than that? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage right now, Mr. Keyshawn Scott. Give him a round of applause. Let me clip this on you real quick.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
Blue lights on. Harold, blue lights on. My name is Keyshawn Scott. I'm not here to talk about myself. I'm here to talk about Harold. I love Harold. The first time I met Harold off of Facebook. Facebook is like the greatest social network in the world. You got to clap for Facebook. Thank you, Zuckerberg. Thank you, Zuckerberg. But I met Harold, and Harold was kind of like funny to me, but he was just like, you know when you just meet somebody, we meet thousands of people daily, but how many are them you could call our friends, or how many of them you could say, oh, okay, you know, I could see myself in a long-term relationship with him. Not only a business relationship, but a friendship outside of it. I hit up Harold many times. I want to tell Harold, I love you. Seriously, it's not even a funny thing. It's just I really love Harold. Because ex-fronts, don't I talk about Harold? I talk about Harold. Like, yo, I was on the phone with Harold for like an hour just now, and we were just talking about my book, and this and that. He gave me so much information. Yo, I'm about to just put this off for a minute, and I'm about to really do what I have to do. But honestly, I'm going to say a quote by Oscar Wilde, who was a writer and a poet. He said, true friends stab you in the front. Which means, I'm going to explain it to you, which means they don't mask how they feel about you, and they keep it 100% real with you. Harold never masked anything with me. He will tell me something even if I don't want to hear it. My book was supposed to come out on June 11th. I really wanted it to come out on June 11th. So nobody was going to tell me any different. How much times somebody tried to tell me different? I was like, no, not really. He told me, nah, don't do it. You should wait. You should wait. And he told me about his story. So now he's telling me his experiences, and I'm thinking now about his experiences, and I'm like, oh, he got something going on here. He's right. And there's other times I spoke to him when me, Jim Hernandez, Rosemary Gomez, and him, we spoke at Aviation High School a couple of weeks back. And he told me in his car, he said, yo, man, I told him something about, I forgot what it was, about motivation in life, and period. And not only him, also Taz Daddy over here. I have to give him credit also, because I spoke to both of them on the phone at the same time. Even though it seems like I'm not listening, I do more listening than talking. Because if I'm talking, it's like I'm blocking the information from coming right, into my head. So I'm listening to the information, and I'm like, yeah, yo, these guys is, I'm 23 years old, but I'm about to be 24 on June 11th. I'm getting old. But Harold told me that how I just need to relax and I need to focus on what I need to do, like right now. Focus on the present. Don't really matter what's going on in the future. I mean, I need to matter what's going on in the future, but he gives me so much information that it feels so good hearing it from him. And he's like a mentor, a good friend, and also like family, and I can listen. And Taz Daddy, we was talking back there, and he said something. I don't know why he said it. Like, he just be talking for everybody ever spoke to him, and he just be cracking jokes and laughing all the time. You're going to hear him in a few. He said, I don't know why he said it, but he just said it at the right time because it felt good when he said it to me. He said, chill.
Just relax.
He said, just relax, chill. And I'm like, I don't know why you said that to me. Could you read me? He just said, chill, man, just relax. Today's a good day, man. The weather's out, man. I got no worries. And then when I came in, when I first came in, he said, I got no worries, man. I got clothes on my back. I got food. I got everything I ever wanted. I got family. I feel good. I'm just chilling and relaxing. And there's certain words just like that, just like the words Harold, it just feeds into you. That's what I wanted to tell Harold that. And along the way, what he told me, he didn't tell me this exactly, but I know this is what he wanted to tell me. But he didn't tell me this exactly, but through his words, he told me, this is what I got from it. Like, real people will judge you. Friends, family, anybody could judge you, but they can't sentence you. And that's what I got from him. That's that positive energy I got from him. And him writing this book and him talking to me about his success, he's very successful. And he's probably one of the men I want to be when I get older. You know? I mean, not the height, because I'm kind of short. But, you know, tall, brown skin, and handsome. Not tall, dark, and handsome. Tall, brown skin, and handsome. But he's the man. I call him for every information. And I'm happy because he dedicated his time to me. One time he spoke on the phone for like an hour. He's also a life coach, a success coach, life coach. Just like Rosemary Gomez, who's always doing outstanding. You're gonna get that in a few. You're gonna get that in a few. Harold, he's a life coach, and he charges for his time. I called him. I texted him, say, can I call you right now? He's like, call me right now. I just called him right away, and it's like every time I called him, he would never say, yo, wait, I'll call you back. Or I never ever got that because I'm like that, and I never called. How much people is like that? You call somebody and say, I'm gonna call you back, and you never call them back. You just forget. You probably remember like 2 weeks after, like, I'm supposed to call that person back. When you see them, Harold, he just call you back, right? He just call you that time right away. And he would just say, what's going on, man? What's on your mind? And then you just talk to him. And then he just listens to you. And then you just get off that phone empowered. And then you just feel good. I love Harold. That's what I'm up here for. I'm up here to talk about Harold and tell Harold, I appreciate you, your kind words, your book, and just everything that you're doing right now with your life, from what you did or what you came from. Because I don't know your past, but everybody here don't have a bloomy, bright past. But everybody here is in the right place at the right time. So I think everybody should give themselves a round of applause because I wasn't like this when I was younger. I robbed, I did a lot of things, but it took a lot of courage for me to separate myself from the negative influence, to be here right now, to start what I did right now. It's such a quick time because I'm hungry and I want success, not only for myself, but for my family. I always tell these, when I speak to the kids and the youth, I always tell them that everybody have different motives in here of being successful. Everybody has like different motives, but we all have one motive. And everybody have, I call it the inner soul motivation. Everybody has had that separate motivation. Your motivation is different from hers, yours is different from his. Everybody got different motivations. Mine is my parents and my family. See, my mother wakes up 4 o'clock in the morning, gets home at 10 o'clock. My father does the same thing. My father's 70 years old. He was working when he was 65 years old. And he used to work on the scaffolds. I don't know what the scaffolds when you used to go up there and you fix the stuff. What he used to do to me, he used to bring books home. And he used to find the books in the abandoned buildings because he used to break it down. So he used to find the books and he used to dust it off and he used to give it to me. And I was like, man, why are you bringing me books? Like, I want to read this, man. I want to go outside and party. But I used to dust off the books and I used to look at them. And when I'm bored in my house, I used to just read the books. As I get older, I realized that he brought the books for me so I could learn. And he used to bring a lot of science books. So I used to open the science books. I used to do the project, like the volcanoes and a whole bunch of other stuff I used to do. And I didn't really understand what I was doing. But I think everything that happened back then brought me to right now. And it's like a transition. I don't know. I believe in destiny. I believe everything happens for a reason. Like I was supposed to meet Jim France. I was supposed to meet everybody in here. I was supposed to meet you 20 years ago. I was supposed to meet you 20 years. I was supposed to meet all y'all right now. Think about it. When you was 18 or 19, did you know you was going to meet Keyshawn Scott or you going to sit next to Jim Hernandez? We didn't know that. But everything that you did up to that point, you did it good because you're in the right place right now. If you would have did anything worse or bad, it would have been completely different. I just want to, hold on. I told Harold that if he was to cut me off, I would do the robot. But I just want to say that I love you, Harold. And this is a wonderful event. And keep inspiring and motivating people because you touched my life. And I know you're going to touch others. Thank you.